Now you're probably wondering how I spent so much money, and this is where it all is. Hi, and welcome back to Veggies by EOS. Today I am going to be doing a vegan grocery haul, and this is all from Sprouts. And I've heard of Sprouts. I know some YouTubers I watch that live in LA talk about it. I know they're at least in California. I now found out they are in Texas because I just moved to Texas. I do know they are not in Illinois. I am originally from Illinois. So I heard that they have lots of good vegan options and lots of great produce options, so I thought I had to check it out. And I ended up spending way too much money. I wanted to just buy a few things, and I spent over $70. But since I bought all vegan food, I wanted to just show you what I got. I've never actually bought Ezekiel bread, and I think I've seen it in stores before, but it's definitely a little bit harder to find in Illinois. So I thought I'd go ahead and try that out. This is something you can get. I mean, you can get this at Target. They sell this at a lot of stores nowadays, but just some cleaner. I needed some of that. Amy's soup, which you can find this in Illinois, but it is definitely harder to find. And I've actually seen it at both of the grocery stores I've went to here so far, so that's nice to know. This is actually my favorite one by them, the no chicken noodle. It's basically just chicken noodle soup that's vegan, so I love it. It is expensive though, so I will say that. It's a little pricey. This is basically a vegan ramen type thing. I'm not really sure if this is gonna be good or not, but I just wanted to try it since I saw it. I've never seen this before. There is one that I get from Kroger in Illinois that is similar to this that is so good. So I'm really hoping that it tastes like the one that I'm thinking of. The one that I'm thinking of from Kroger is so good. I got a mini watermelon. This was only like $3, and some spicy mustard. I just didn't have any, so I needed to buy some of that. I like putting spicy mustard on like sandwiches and stuff like that, or if I make a wrap, that's my favorite thing to put on it. I'm sorry, you can hear Kaya walking around, but anyway, this is a bag of chia seeds, and I have actually had some trouble finding chia seeds, so I went to Walmart. It was $10 for a decent sized bag, but it was, in my opinion, way too expensive. And then I think I did find them at this other grocery store I went to, but they were also too expensive there. And this, you could pick your amount. So this ended up being about $3.70, so almost $4. And this amount will last me a while, so I think that's good that you can pick the amount that you want instead of buying this huge bag for $10, which I didn't really need. I do know one YouTuber I watch actually lives in Texas, and this might have been the grocery store she was talking about, because I've seen her videos where like you can go, like there's all these different things to pick from, like, and you pick the amount that you want. So I'm assuming she was talking about Sprouts, I'm not sure. She was able to bring in reusable things, so she would bring in like reusable mason jars and say like she would get this, but she brought in a reusable mason jar and put it in there. But the problem is with the pandemic, I don't think that's allowed. Although I don't know how they would weigh it then, because they would need the weight of your jar before you put anything in it. So that's where I'm a little bit confused, but once I can get that figured out, that'd be cool. Next, I want to show you all the produce, and their produce actually looks really good and was all really well priced. Like, I know for sure the asparagus was cheaper than Walmart. I think all of this was cheaper than Walmart, other than the organic blueberries. I'm really mad because it definitely said they were 2 for $4, but I checked my receipt after and they were actually 2 for $6. Which still isn't horrible for like organic blueberries, but I probably wouldn't have bought them if I knew they were 2 for $6 instead of 2 for $4. Blueberries look really good. A lot of their produce look good except for their raspberries, because I did check their raspberries because I love raspberries, and they didn't have many, and the ones they had looked moldy, so that's why I got blueberries instead. The asparagus was only $2 and looks really good. Looks better than the one I got at Walmart the other week and cheaper. And then the cucumbers were 2 for $1 and they look great. And then we have a green pepper. I believe this was about 80 cents. Overall, I really like the produce. I'm definitely gonna go here for produce. That's awesome. Oh, one more thing of produce. I got some baby carrots, which I love baby carrots. These are my favorite thing to snack on, especially dipping them like in peanut butter. And this was pretty expensive there. It was $1.79, and I've definitely seen this a lot cheaper at other places. Or I shouldn't say a lot cheaper. This is expensive wherever you go, but I will say Sprouts is the most expensive I've seen this. but I really like, this is my favorite vegan yogurt, by the way. I've talked about this in like 2 other videos, so if you watch my videos, you know that by now. This is my absolute favorite vegan yogurt. So if you are vegan, you're looking for a yogurt and you haven't tried this, you need to go try it. That's the only downside, it's expensive, but I feel like all vegan yogurts are expensive, so. Tofu is actually the exact same price there as it is at like Walmart or anywhere else, $1.79, at least where I live, that's how much tofu costs, $1.79. So I picked up 1 package of tofu, and then I've never seen edamame in a grocery store. Maybe I've just overlooked it or looked in the wrong places, but I've definitely never seen edamame in a grocery store. So I think this was $3, but I'm super excited to try this. You just throw it in the microwave, so that's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited I found that. The next thing, this is not vegan, so I'm sorry, I deceived you. The one non-vegan thing I got, I did get eggs, and this was $2. So yeah, that's my one thing I got that is not vegan. In case this is the first video you're watching of mine, I am vegetarian, I'm not vegan. I try to eat vegan. Sometimes I have vegan meals here and there. Honestly, usually what it is that like most of my meal will be vegan, but I'll have like some cheese on it or something like that, or I'll have a side of yogurt, or I'll have 2 eggs for breakfast or something like that. So overall, I definitely am vegetarian, not vegan, but overall I do eat a lot of vegan stuff. So I'm sorry, that's my one non-vegan thing for the haul. I got eggs. Now you're probably wondering how I spent so much money, and this is where it all is. Like I said, I spent $74, and you're gonna see why. So dragon fruit, wherever you go, dragon fruit is expensive. I will say, I spent way more on this than I should have. It was either $6 or $7. And I know Target, at least in Illinois, you can get dragon fruit like bits, frozen dragon fruit bits for about $5. So this is definitely more expensive than that. Although I am curious to check the, okay, the other weird thing is, I'm gonna open this because it says this comes in packs. So it comes in 4 packs. So you can't even, I mean, for making smoothies, this is great because that's all I use dragon fruit for, to make smoothies. So like this will make that a little bit easier, I guess, but it's kind of unnecessary. And I actually really prefer the one Target sells because it's just like when you get frozen fruit and it's in there and you can just pick out however much you want. That's what Target sells. And I haven't checked the Target here to see if they sell that, and I'm gonna be really mad if they don't. Because if they don't, I'm gonna have to always buy this, which is way too expensive. But I really want a dragon fruit, and I haven't found it. Walmart doesn't sell it, and the other grocery store I checked doesn't sell it either. But I will have to check Target. These must be new. I don't know if they're new, but I have never seen these before. I mean, I've gotten Gardein all the time, so I know Gardein. But it's Chipotle Lime Crispy Fingers. They look really good, so we're gonna see. I've definitely never seen these before. Please let me know if these are new or if you have always seen these where you live. Never seen those in my life. This also, I know this isn't new because I think I've seen this at Target once, but they definitely don't sell this kind at Walmart. The Italian sausage. It looks pretty good. So we're gonna see how that one is, but again, like in Illinois, you can't just find this at a random grocery store. One more fake meat substitute. This is one of my favorite brands, Corn. I mean, honestly, I love Gardein, so I'm really excited to try those 2 things because I love Gardein in general, but I also love Corn in general. And this is one of my favorite things by them. It's just like little pieces. I don't know what they're supposed to be. I think they're supposed to taste like chicken. It doesn't really say. They like kind of sort of taste like chicken. I don't know. Like it almost kind of tastes like tofu, but like a lot better. I don't know how to describe this, but if you're vegan or vegetarian and you haven't tried this, it's just their meatless pieces. I know that sounds kind of weird, but like it's literally just to throw in a stir fry. Like when I make a stir fry, I'll throw these in, throw in a bunch of vegetables, throw in a bunch of spices, tofu, and these are my favorite part of the stir fry. So if you haven't tried those, I highly recommend. I mean, Corn has other stuff too. You could try their other stuff, but I highly recommend these specifically. Last thing, I wanted to buy Oatly ice cream and they didn't have it, so I was really upset. But since I've told you guys that So Delicious is my favorite yogurt, I figured I have to try their ice cream, right? If I love their yogurt and milk, By the way, I got milk. I didn't show you that. I did get the So Delicious unsweetened coconut milk, which I love coconut milk. I usually buy Silks because it is so much cheaper. I believe Silks from Walmart is $2.79 and that was $4.29. So that's a very, very big difference. But I decided to get one of those since I was at the grocery store, so that'll hold me over for hopefully a week. I like using coconut milk to make matcha lattes in the morning. Going back to the ice cream, I love mint. I usually go for like either vanilla or strawberry or raspberry type flavors, but I also love mint, and they didn't have any of those kind of flavors, but they did have mint. So I think this is gonna taste pretty good. I mean, like I said, their milk's amazing, their yogurt is the best vegan yogurt ever created. I have a feeling the ice cream is gonna be really good too. I will say though, I still really like Oatly's ice cream. If you haven't had Oatly's ice cream, you need to try that. I mean, I'll compare it. I don't know, maybe this will be better. We'll see. But thank you for watching. I was just so excited I finally got to go to a Sprouts, and it is as good as people say. It is pricey, I will say. It is expensive. Although some of this stuff, that's like normal prices for what these would cost anyway at another store. So I did buy a lot of expensive items, which is why I spent over $70, so that is my fault. I would say if you have a Sprouts near you and you're vegan, you definitely need to check it out and check out some of these products that I recommended. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.